I know it's your kid, but that would be an insane. Doesn't make any sense because I've seen the way that this kid is grinded, and I've seen the way he's improved. I'm not sure why you would want to move off of all of the things that you've seen, the growth that you've seen this year for Bryce Young.
In Harlan, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM and 92.9 FM. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. You wouldn't look at the Patriots and go, really, that's a really well-coached team.
The quarterback that he has right now isn't the guy for him to move forward. Now, he drafted him, and they may try to figure it out, but he's not the guy. He can't outdo Josh Allen. No, he's not going to be able to. He's not going to be able to outdo Josh Allen, and Josh Allen is going to be around for a long time. And so is Patrick Mahomes, and so is Joe Burrow. He's got to get him a guy if he wants to continue to keep coaching forever how long. He's got to find him a guy. And right now, he doesn't have a guy. What he has is he has something that was packaged up and presented a certain way, and people like you in the media, Max, took it because he went to a playoff game in a Pro Bowl that he was the answer. Mac Jones is not the answer for Bill Belichick in the New England Patriots.
TJ and Max, followed by Grady on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM and 92.9 FM.
Hi, this is Phil Kornblut, and each weeknight, sports fans across South Carolina come together on Sports Talk here on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM, 92.9 FM. We bring you the latest from the Bulldogs, Gamecocks, and Tigers, interviews with sports personalities, and our own takes on the key issues, plus plenty of your calls. So be sure to join us each weeknight at 6 for Sports Talk, South Carolina's #1 sports talk show, right here on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM, 92.9 FM.
Welcome back to the SHM Memorial Center, the campus of South Carolina State University. It's South Carolina State men's basketball as the men about to take on Maryland Eastern Shore. For South Carolina State starting this afternoon is LaVon Adams, Cameron Jones, Raekwon Brown, Shamon Austin, and Justin Wilson. The starters for Maryland Eastern Shore, Zion Styles, Muhammadu Fofana, Yvonne Boyles, Deshaun Phillips for the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. Bill, when you look at this team, this should be a pretty evenly matched basketball team, both similar in size, very guard-oriented, all the Hawks. And Bill, I'm looking for a number 12. Why don't you find out who number 12 is for me for Maryland Eastern Shore, because I don't have him on my roster. The jumping center for Maryland Eastern Shore will be number 3, Zion Styles, as Maryland Eastern Shore will run from left to right. Wilson for South Carolina State from right to left. We're just about ready to get things started here this afternoon. There's the tap. It is controlled in the backcourt by the influence number 12 for Maryland Eastern Shore. He'll give over to the point guard. That's for Maryland Eastern Shore, Fofana. Entry pass inside. Zion Styles is missed. Rebounded by Wilson for South Carolina State. From the Bulldogs. Austin quickly up the floor with the basketball for South Carolina State. Jermaine Austin out front to Cameron Jones. Man-to-man defense by Maryland Eastern Shore. LaShawn Adams handling the basketball. Adams.
It's great to see Hallam's back playing well. He missed about 7 ball games with an injury.
Adams, 18-footers up. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Maryland Eastern Shore. And there's the infamous number 12, who we don't know who he is, with the rebound. No score here. 19 minutes to go first half. Maryland Eastern Shore with the basketball. Handling the basketball. Kevon Boyles. Long shot put up. No good. Missed over there by Zion Styles. Rebounded by Cameron Jones. And here come the Bulldogs. Attacking from right to left. Cameron Jones out front. Picks up the dribble. Gives over to Hallam. Hallam throws it over to Austin. Austin behind the back dribble. Puts up the shot off the glass. Nicely done. Shamon Austin with his first bucket of the night. The 6'4" guard from Columbia, South Carolina.
Outstanding move there by Austin, to get the Bulldogs on the board first here.
Fofana with the basketball. He'll give over to Deshaun Phillips. Phillips hawked by Cameron Jones. Both teams very similar in size, to be honest with you. I think South Carolina State Bill's got a size advantage.
I believe you're right.
With the drive shot put up by Styles is good. Zion Styles with the bucket. We're tied at 2.
Well, he had a big night early in the week when Maryland Eastern Shore is Delaware State 68-66 in Pennsylvania.
Cameron Jones with the basketball. Top of the key to Austin. Austin picks up his dribble. Passes left side to Raekwon Brown. Brown Starts to drive, picks up his dribble, goes over to Austin. Austin got away to travel, steps back, three is up and good. Throwing Austin with a setback three.
Excellent start by Austin.
They corrected to a two-pointer. It's 4-2 South Carolina State. Quickly up the floor is Maryland Eastern Shore. Left baseline, shot put up and in. Three-pointer by Kevon Boyles.
Now, we talked about earlier during the women's game of those shooters, those guards for Maryland Eastern Shore. They're very good from three-point range.
5-4, Maryland Eastern Shore's lead is one. Adams goes over to Cameron Jones, starts to drive toward the free throw line, stop the floaters off the back of the rim, rebounded by Maryland Eastern Shore, quickly up the floor. Here's Phillips. Phillips over to Styles. Middle pass inside. Spin move, shot put up, and we got a travel on the infamous number 12. We got to find out who 12 is. 5-4 our score. 17-18 to go here in the first half. Maryland Eastern Shore leading 5-4. Hassan Howell. Low pass to Raekwon Brown. He's able to run it down. 17:05 to go here first half. Allen gets the pick from Cameron Jones. Back over to Jones on the give and go. Three-point attempt by Cameron. It's good. Cam Jones gets the three. 7-5 South Carolina State. With the basketball up the floor is Fofana. Fofana picks up his dribble. Over Foils. It's good.
Well, we talked about those
Kevon Boyles with a three-pointer. 8-7. 16:30 to go here first half. Quickly paced game so far. Austin in the front court for South Carolina State. Austin at the free throw line. Stops, lays it up, and in. Shimon Austin putting on the show.
Boy, he's got a highlight reel going tonight, boy.
9-8 our score. 16-18 to go. South Carolina State their first lead by a point. Fofana. Lathan Helms fouls him out front, just in front of us.
Reach in, those are the kind of fouls that coaches certainly, they like to see you play hard, but not fouling that far away from the basket.
Devion Everett comes into the game for South Carolina State, along with the point guard for South Carolina State. That is Rakeem Gary. Boyles with the drive. Shot put up and foul. LaShawn Helms with the foul. That may be his second foul already, Bill.
I think it
Fouling
is.
Zion Styles on the drive.
I see Jordan Simmons getting up right away to come into the ball game. Jordan Simmons, just a freshman from nearby Orangeburg Wilson High School, but he's played well this year for South Carolina State.
At the free throw line for Maryland Eastern Shore, Zion Styles. 9-8 is that score. South Carolina State leads a point. Styles' first attempt is up and no good. Jordan Simpson will come into the game. Raekwon Brown will sit down. So that foul's on Raekwon Brown, not Hallam.
Oh, okay. All right. So I was going to say, why would you take Brown out and leave Hallam in if he's got two fouls?
Yeah. Styles at the free throw line missed the first one.
Rakeem Gary has been a real boost for South Carolina State since coming back right after Christmas.
Second attempt is up and good. We're tied at 9. 16 minutes to go here first half. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton on WPJK ESPN Orangeburg. Rakeem Gary picks up his goal to Hallam. Hallam goes in the corner to Devion Everett. Back over to Hallam's. Top of the key is Gary. Back over to Hallam's on the left wing. Baseline pass is out of bounds. Simpson didn't have a chance. Helms looked at him like, I was expecting you to cut over, but I guess not. There's a timeout on the floor with 15:49 to go here in the first half. Our score, South Carolina State 9, Maryland Eastern Shore 9. We'll be back after these messages.
Bulldog Nation is home to some of the most loyal fans in the nation. No one represents their team quite like you do. Do you ever wish your financial institution would treat you with the same kind of loyalty? Relax. Founders puts members first. Founders offers a diverse selection of financial tools and services designed to make your life easier. Get the 5-star member service you deserve. Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com to apply for membership today. Founders are federally insured by the NCUA.
Prisma Health has OBGYN locations across the Midlands and Upstate, providing advanced care for every stage of a woman's life. Whether it's the first gynecology visit, planning a family, or managing menopause, Our compassionate OBGYN specialists are dedicated to helping women keep their busy lives in balance by staying healthy and strong. More expertise for women to help you be your healthiest you. Learn more about our services for women at prismahealth.org/balance.
The City of Orangeburg and the Department of Public Utilities are proud to partner with the reigning HBCU national champion South Carolina State University Bulldogs. It takes hard work and dedication to be a winning team, and the Bulldogs are a great example of that spirit. Just like the Bulldogs, the city and DPU work hard to provide championship caliber services to the citizens we serve. We will continue to make use of that Bulldog tenacity to provide a quality of life that our community so richly deserves.
Hope, life, and the great Palmetto. What do these things have in common? Scholarship dollars. The SE Hope, the Life, and the Palmetto Fellow Scholarships are funded by the lottery players of this great state. And after 20 years, you've invested over $7 billion in education. $7 billion. Impressive. The South Carolina Education Lottery. When you play, we all win.
Hi, I'm Andre Lewis, Sales and Leasing Associate with Dick Dyer, Mercedes-Benz Volvo, and a proud 1982 graduate of South Carolina State University. Dick Dyer & Associates is grateful for the patronage of all those affiliated with the university, and we are excited to be a sponsor of the Bulldog athletic programs. If you're considering purchasing a new or pre-owned Mercedes-Benz or Volvo, we invite you to visit us online at www.dickdyeronline.com. Dick Dyer & Associates, a proud sponsor of South Carolina State Bulldogs.
Did you know Regional Medical Center offers the very latest in technology? From the most advanced imaging equipment, including 3D mammography, to robot-enhanced total joint replacement, to a complete Da Vinci robotic surgical system, Regional Medical Center skilled providers, orthopedists, surgeons, and women's health specialists provide the most technologically advanced quality care close to you. Regional Medical Center.
Robinsonville, Hamilton, South Carolina State, Maryland Eastern Shore at the basketball with a shot put up and in. Nice jumper by Deshaun Phillips for Maryland Eastern Shore. Our score, Maryland Eastern Shore 13, South Carolina State 9. Bulldogs have it. Deshaun Edwards with the basketball in the front court will hand over to Jordan Simpson. Motion offense by South Carolina State. Top of the key is Rakeem Gary. Gary, who starts a dribble drive, backs it back out, now goes top of the key to Rashawn Edwards. Too far away from the basket to think about a jumper. Top of the key to Davion Everett. Between the leg dribble, now right wing now is Cameron Jones. Jones tied up and gets tied up, and what defense by Maryland Eastern Shore. Jump ball possession, and still going towards South Carolina State.
Yeah, Cameron Jones, got there and they put up a dribble, and the Maryland Eastern Shore guy surrounding. That's what you're supposed to do.
14:22 to go here in the first half. Bulldogs trailing Maryland Eastern Shore 13-9. Jordan Simpson, a freshman from Orangeburg Wilkinson High School, will inbound. He does to Rashawn Edwards for three. It's off the mark. Rebounded by Davion Everett. Everett has his shot blocked. It's recovered by Jordan Simpson. He puts up a floater. It's no good. Rebounded by Maryland Eastern Shore. A lot of fighting on the rebound. That was number 24, Troy Hupstead, with the rebound from Maryland Eastern Shore. Fafamu. Double team. Goes left side now. Long jumper up. No good. Missed over there by Cohen Thompson. Rebounded long by Maryland Eastern Shore with the rebound. That's Donchavelle Nugent. And it goes out of bounds off the foot of Troy Hupstead under the gun for the travel.
Bulldogs to get a chance to cut into this 4-point lead. Both teams are shooting the ball pretty well, but we know Maryland Eastern Shore, they have some shooters. They have 3 or 4 guys can put the ball in from the perimeter.
Gary hands off to Edwards. Edwards hands over to Jordan Simpson. Will hand over to Raquan Gary. Gary with the basketball. Between the leg dribble, starts the drive, lays it up, and gets called for the foul. They call it on number 24. That is for Maryland Eastern Shore. That's Hupstead.
Foul, Gary.
Oh no, they call it on
Maryland Eastern Shore.
I thought so. On the block. Yep. Troy Hupstead. But King Gary will be at the free throw line. Well, Gary's not very hard there, but he plays really hard.
And he's got good range, from the perimeter there, and he's a good passer.
First attempt is up and good.
And free throw shooters on the team as well.
For South Carolina State, Rakeem Gary on the season, Bill, is right at 74% free throw shooting.
Very good.
13:31 to go here in the first half. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton on WPJK ESPN Orangeburg. Center step is up. It's off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Pollard. He'll give over to Styles. Up the floor, gives over to Afamu. Ohamadou Fofana. Goes to Boyle. I have to look at the syllables. Nugent back out front. Fofana. Over to Chase Davis. Inside the Boyles, back over to Fofana. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Rakeem Gary. And here comes the Bulldogs trailing by 3, 13-10. In the left corner, Jordan Simpson for 3. It's good. Jordan Simpson.
Boy, a lot of Orangeburgers are in here. You can hear that roar, boy. They love Jordan Simpson.
13-13, our score. North Maryland Eastern Shore with the basketball. Pollard with the drive. I'm sorry, that was Nugent. Lost the handle, stolen by Jordan Simpson. Simpson takes it himself, lays it up and in. Jordan Simpson putting on the show right now.
What an outstanding move there, to steal and finish at the rim, and you hear the roar of the crowd.
Amadou Fofana up the floor. Will hand off to Cohen Thompson. Thompson goes right side to Chase Davis. Davis starts to drive, hands it over to Nugent. Nugent throws it into the corner. Offensive foul, and that was Jordan Simpson, Bill, drawing the foul.
Yes, Simpson has played ever since he's been in the game. Some excellent minutes here for the Bulldogs.
Austin will come in the game for Davion Everett for South Carolina State. Into the ball game for Maryland Eastern Shore. First time we've seen Glenn Anderson. He'll come into the guard position. And also into the ball game, back into the ball game is Nugent.
Yeah, you have to keep your eye on those Maryland Eastern Shore guards.
Wow. Rakeem Gary just had it stripped over there by Anderson. Anderson's really quick. It was knocked it away. Shot put up by Maryland Eastern Shore is good. Chase Davis. Boy, I don't think I've seen a guy as small as Gary that quick.
Yeah,
Anderson's quick. It's like they brought a guy who is a clone of Rakeem Gary. Rakeem Gary for 3. It's good. Rakeem answers. Wow.
Both teams are shooting the lights out to start this first half here at SHM.
This matchup between these guards. Here comes Anderson and Rakeem Gary.
Yeah.
Anderson hands over to.
That's something we'll watch all night. All afternoon.
Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be the last touch by Rashawn Edwards. Got his hand caught in the cookie jar. He last touched it.
Yeah. So almost had a steal there.
There's a timeout on the floor. 11:23 to go here in the first half. Our score, South Carolina State 18, Maryland Eastern Shore 15. We'll have more Bulldog basketball on WPJK ESPN Orangeburg.
Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
First time I met Paul Feinbaum, I was in Charlotte, ESPNU. My first day ever. Marcus Spears was in the green room. He was getting changed because SEC Network's in the same room, right? I saw Marcus Spears over in the green room getting changed. I got nowhere to get changed. I walk into the bathroom. I'm like, all right, I got nowhere to get changed. I'm just going to get changed here. The minute I drop my pants on the ground, Paul Feinbaum walks in the bathroom. Just looks at me and I was like, hey, Paul, I'm fit. He just looked at me for a minute and he's like, hey, man, that was it. That was the first time I met Paul.
Did you think at any point he was thinking like, you're fit, but you're not fit?
What? No, look at this. Look at the shade I'm taking. Look at the shade I'm taking. You know what? One person tells Harry that he wore a peanut butter suit, and all of a sudden he's in his feels for the next day.
Oh, wow.
For the next, and that's going to keep coming back.
That's sexy, though.
Suit. I'm telling you, it was a good look.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM and 92.9 FM.
Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton here. The Benjamin E. I was about to say the Benjamin E. Mays. I'm going to Benedict. Smith Hammond Middleton Memorial Center. The referees in this game, we didn't mention Jackie Sanders, Everett Summers, and Clyde Hill. Really good group of referees here.
Both teams are shooting the lights out. Maryland Eastern Shore 6 of 10, 60%, and including 2 for 4 from behind the arc. South Carolina State 7 of 12. almost over 58%, and they're 3 for 4 from the three-point line.
Cohen Thompson inbounds to Anderson. Anderson give over the ball, back over to Anderson. Handling the basketball now is Chase Davis. Davis goes into the corner to Anderson. Back over to Chase. Right side is Nugent. Nugent, long three-pointers up. It's no good. Fought for, rebounded by Maryland Eastern Shore. Put back up and in. Chase Davis with the follow. 18-17. The Bulldog lead is 1. Rashawn Edwards in the front court. Into the left corner to Hallams, who's checked back into the game. Boy, Austin got away with a foul over there. Pushed the guy down. Back over to Edwards. Long three-pointer. He's good. Rashawn Edwards with the three. 21-17, Bulldogs' largest lead, 4. In the front court now, Davis. In the right corner, shot put up, and good! Chase Davis for 3, and we go back and forth. It's 21-20, South Carolina State.
A real old-fashioned shootout. Both teams are blistering the net so far.
Edwards handling the basketball. Gets the pick from Wilson, who's checked back in. Back over to Austin. Austin starts to drive, stop, free throw line jumpers off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson tries to put it up. Wilson got tied up. That's a jump ball.
Yep. Jump ball position number. He had Howland right there on the right.
Whole new crew coming in for South Carolina State. Davion Everett coming back in. Raquan Brown coming back in. First time we've seen tonight for South Carolina State. That is Latavion Lawrence is in the game with Rashawn Hallams. And now they're going to say that.
Yeah, Lawrence is going to stay in, I believe. Yeah. No, he's at the scorer's table.
Right. Anderson in the backcourt. Hawks over there by Austin. Up the floor now quickly are the Hawks. Pollard pivots, passes it back out front to Anderson. 18 seconds on the shot clock. 21-20 South Carolina State's lead is a point. Anderson spin move. Anderson passes it inside to Pollard. Pollard missed a shot. Davion Everett made a great play, knocked it away, but Maryland Eastern Shore comes up with the carom. Anderson starts to drive again. Fade away. It's no good. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation. Great defense by South Carolina State. As Davion Everett comes out of the game, Latavion Lawrence comes back in. Rashawn Hallams, Austin, Cameron Jones, Raquan Brown, and Latavion Lawrence for South Carolina State.
The Hawks are beginning to pick up the defense all over the court here.
Full court pressure.
Full court pressure, yep.
Up the floor to Raquan Brown in the front court. He'll hand over to Austin. 9:30 to go here in the first half. Austin. Right wing is Raquan Brown. Brown dribbles toward the top of the key. Will hand over to Rashawn Hallams. Hallams into the right corner. Austin starts to drive into the left corner. Hallams lost his footing, but stays on his feet. Lays it up. Finger roll.
Good runner there by Hallams.
Finger rolls in.
3-point lead.
23-20. Pass is knocked away by LaShawn Hallams, but boy, Hallams is all over the floor. 23-20. Bulldogs lead is 3. 9:08 to go here first half.
Yeah, Hallams has been the Bulldogs' leading scorer all year.
Chase Davis goes out. Keepon Boyles comes back in for Maryland Eastern Shore. Phillip inbounds to Keepon Boyles. Boyles hawked over to by Lawrence. Goes back over to Deshaun Phillip. Phillip with the basketball, guarded by Austin. Throws the left side now to Zion Styles. This is Fofana. Inside to Anderson, pass knocked away. Fought for on the ground, and boy, look at Latavion Lawrence on the ground. Boy. Boyles for 3. It's no good. Shot block. Pollard shot is blocked. Raquan Brown comes away with it. Great defense by South Carolina State.
Indeed.
Cameron Jones with the basketball. Jones out front.
Hawks had 2 looks inside, but
Rashawn Hallams lays it up and in. Rashawn Hallams.
He looks awfully good. He looks like he's completely recovered from that earlier injury.
Boyles in the front court. Boyles a hand over to Deshaun Phillips. He'll give over to Fofana. Over to Pollard. To Styles. And a foul.
Foul on number 1. Cameron Jones.
They call Cameron Jones with the foul.
Yeah, and he went over and talked to the official. It looks like Maryland Eastern Shore that got through his elbow. I'm not whether he did or not.
Well, I think Cam had his elbow in his back. So it'll be Maryland Eastern Shore basketball. Bulldogs lead by 5. Fofana picks up his dribble. Top of the key now. Davis. Back over to Deshaun Phillips. Davis with the move inside. And a foul call. That was Zion Styles. I said Davis, that was Styles. And it's going to be an offensive foul. They're going to call that on Zion Styles, I think, Bill.
I'm trying to see it.
And Maryland Eastern Shore not happy about the call.
They haven't put it up yet.
They called it on Styles.
Yep.
So there's a timeout on the floor with 7:46 to go here in the first half. Our score, South Carolina State 25, Maryland Eastern Shore 20. We'll have more Bulldog basketball after these messages.
Hello, I'm Harold Young, Orangeburg County Administrator. Myself and County Council would like to welcome you to South Carolina State University in Orangeburg County. South Carolina State games are like no other. They are important to the students, the alumni, and especially our community. For those coming back home, welcome to the new Orangeburg. And for those already here, let's continue to make it better. Congratulations to President Alexander Conyers and the South Carolina State University. So let's go, Coach Pugh and these Bulldogs. Let's get this win. And as always, it's a great day in Orangeburg County. Thank you.
Injured in a car or tractor-trailer accident and don't know what to do? Contact attorney Mark Brown. The Mark Brown Law Firm is a premier injury law firm, available 24/7 to help clients in Orangeburg and all surrounding counties. They recover millions of dollars for clients each year, and there's never a fee unless they win your case. Call attorney Mark Brown of the Mark Brown Law Firm today at 803-848-0008. Again, that's 803-848-0008.
Welcome back to the Smith-Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the Robinson-Bill Hamlin. 25-20 on score. Bulldogs lead by 5. Bill rebounds, 8 for South Carolina State, 8 for Maryland Eastern Shore. Tells you where this ball game is.
Both teams are doing good on the board. South Carolina State continue this hard shooting up to 62.5%, 10 of 16 from the field. Maryland Eastern Shore has cooled off a little bit. They 8 of 17, 47% from the field.
Callums, Edwards, Cameron Jones, Raquan Brown, and Latavian Lawrence. Edwards with the basketball. 2-3 zone by Maryland Eastern Shore. Cam Jones at the top of the key, right side to Sean Allen. Top of the key is Cam Jones. Cam starts to dribble, takes on dribble, passes the cross floor to Hallam. Hallam starts to drive, inside pass to Raquan Brown. Missed the layup. What a pass. Latavian Lawrence with the steal. Free throw line Hallam's. Right side Edwards. Thought about the three, pump fake in the right corner. Raquan for 3. It's in and out. My goodness. Lawrence got the rebound, put it back up. He missed the layup inside. It's recovered by Boyles. Boyles across the timeline. Boyles lays it up and in. Wow, what a missed opportunity for South Carolina State. Steal by Maryland Eastern Shore. Drive put up and slammed. My goodness. Maryland Eastern Shore with a timeout on the floor. Zion Styles with the steal. South Carolina State with 1 mental breakdown. Bill led to 2 mental breakdowns.
Yeah, you know, they missed 2 layups on this end and then give up the ball on the steal. And all of a sudden, it's 25-24 when they had a chance to build a nice lead.
You go from a 5-point lead to a 1-point lead.
And it should have been up to 7.
Exactly.
Should have been up to 7.
Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamlin, glad to have you with us on a January afternoon. Good crowd on hand. Bill, I didn't get a chance to talk to you about my conversation with Davion Petty, but he was telling me that South Carolina State for the fall semester has 5,600 students who've been approved for entry into South Carolina State.
I tell you, it's been really, we've been all over recruiting students, and one thing that helps out too, I'm not sure whether you mentioned it, the border states, the Georgia and North Carolina, they could come in as in-state students. They got a 3.0 GPA.
It's an exciting time for South Carolina State. Now, again, those 5,600 kids who have been accepted, that doesn't mean that they're coming, but you got 5,600 kids accepted.
But if you get 2/3 of those, 1/3 of them.
It's a huge improvement as LaShawn Hallams lays it up and in for South Carolina State. 27-24 now. 6:39 to go first half. Fofana across the timeline for Maryland Eastern Shore. Raquan Gary and Rashawn Edwards, the backcourt for the Bulldogs. Up front, handling the basketball is Styles. Styles over to Boyles. Boyles over to Deshaun Phillip. Phillip gets a pick out front and an offensive foul call. That's going to be on Styles with the pick.
That's his second. He's got to sit down the rest of the half.
Quickly up off the bench is Cohen Thompson. 6:21 to go here in the first half. 27-24. This has been a fast-paced game. Rakeem Gary will bring it across the timeline for South Carolina State. 3 guards in for the Bulldogs. Gary hands over to Hallams. Hallams hands over to Cameron Jones, and it's stolen by Boyles. And Boyles, the crafty veteran he is.
Yeah, looks like Cameron Jones was a little too nonchalant that didn't meet the pass.
Right. Hallams across the timeline. Fofano on Hallams. Into the corner. Edwards for 3. It's off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Boyles. Kevon Boyles. I don't know if Boyles was all MEAC or not, Bill, but he's a heck of a player. Ooh, Fofano, I thought walked, and he drug his foot but threw it out of bounds. So Fofano with the turnover. 27-26, Bulldogs clinging to a 1-point lead. Hallams comes out. And Jordan Simpson comes back in.
Hallams from Brooklyn, New York, you know, that's the hotbed of basketball, and he's playing well for South Carolina State.
Rakeem Gary walking across the timeline for the Bulldogs. Jordan Simpson on the left wing. Simpson picks up his dribble, tries to throw a pass in the Everett. It's knocked away, covered by Thompson.
Got to be better with those passes.
Fofano across the timeline for Maryland Eastern Shore. 5:20 to go first half. Gary right out in front of him. Ahamadou, left side to Boyles for 3. Air ball goes out of bounds. Kevon Boyles with the air ball. So it'll be South Carolina State's basketball with 5:12 to go here in the first half. Rashawn Edwards will bring it across the timeline. He'll be greeted by Kevon Boyles at half court. Starts dribbling toward the left, picks up his dribble, goes into the left corner. Austin for 3. I'm sorry, that's Jordan Simpson for 3. Rebounded by Pollard. Over to Thompson. He'll give over to Fofano. Boyles on the left baseline. Back out front, Fofano. Over to Deshaun Phillip. He's hawked by Jordan Simpson. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Phillip, high dribble, throws it across the floor to Boyles. Boyles baseline pass, knocked away by Cam Jones. Great play by Jones. Edwards comes away with the steal.
Outstanding defense there by Cameron Jones.
Simpson over to Rakeem Gary. Rakeem Gary crossover dribble between the legs. Gary, a little too much dribbling, goes right side to Jordan Simpson in the right corner. Edwards over to Rakeem Gary. Stolen by Phillips. Phillips up the floor. Challenged by Gary. Lays it up and in. Too much dribbling and a couple of bad passes.
And it's hurt South Carolina State.
It's given Maryland Eastern Shore the lead with 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Three straight easy baskets for the Hawks.
Edwards over to Rakeem Gary. Top of the key, Jordan Simpson. Simpson passes batted, stolen by Maryland Eastern Shore. Boyles down the floor, lays it up and in, and Eric Martin has seen enough and wants a timeout with 3:45 to go here in the first half.
4 straight baskets off Bulldog turnovers.
Lazy pass.
Yeah, there you go. They got to do a better job in passing.
Our score, South Carolina State 30, Maryland Eastern Shore 30, South Carolina State 27. We'll have more Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
Michael Jackson is the most famous person ever. Take it or shake it.
I can think of several people more famous than Michael
Gandhi. I'm taking Michael Jackson in 7 over Gandhi.
You think Michael Jackson is more famous than Gandhi?
No, I'm going with Gandhi.
Muhammad Ali is known all over the world.
But Muhammad Ali is famous. But Michael Jackson might be a tad
about music,
bit, yeah, a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, music, something about music, it's true.
Muhammad Ali didn't do Thriller.
No, he did the Thriller in Manila. Jordan in Texas, you're on with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio.
I do agree, meaning Michael Jackson, but y'all are still wrong. Everybody's still wrong. The absolute most popular when it comes to across the world, 7 continents of all ages, is Ronald McDonald. If you show flashcards of Ronald McDonald...
GJ and Max. On ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM and 92.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Smith-Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the campus of South Carolina State. Ernest Robinson and Bill Hamilton. 30-27, Bill. Bulldogs had a 25-20 lead just a few moments ago, but turnovers has gotten Maryland Eastern Shore the lead.
Indeed, Bulldogs have committed 8 turnovers in the ball game, including 3 in the last minute or so. Yeah, that just enables Maryland Eastern Shore to build this 30-27 point lead. They got to be more careful with the ball. They got to protect the basketball.
Justin Wilson is back in the game for South Carolina State, along with Latavian Lawrence, Cameron Jones, Rakeem Gary, and LaShawn Helms in the backcourt. Rakeem Gary will bring it across the timeline. Bulldogs trail by 3. This is LaShawn Helms. Tries to get it inside, and an offensive foul is called. And that was a tough call for LaShawn Helms because I didn't see the contact. But needless to say, it's another turnover for South Carolina State. And quickly up off the bench is Austin for South Carolina State, and he will take out Helms. 30-27, 3:34 to go here in the first half. Maryland Eastern Shore with the basketball. Nugent has come back in for Maryland Eastern Shore, done several. Up the floor now is Chase Davis, who's come back in. Back over to Fofana. Ahamadou Fofana goes upside to Chase Davis. Davis, top of the key to Pollard. Pollard right wing now to Nugent. Nugent starts the drive, passes in the corner to Fofana. Fofana.
He stepped on the end line.
Fofana with the turnover. 3:13 to go here in the first half. 30 for Maryland Eastern Shore, 27 for South Carolina State. Bulldogs in all white uniforms, garnet numerals, blue trim. Bulldogs on the front of the jerseys. Rakeem Gary walks it across the timeline. Hawked by Maryland Eastern Shore. They're wearing burgundy, tops and bottoms, gray numbers. 3-pointers up and good. Latavian Lawrence with the 3 ties the game at 30. 2:55 to go.
He's capable of making that shot. He did it last year.
Ahamadou Fofana with the basketball. Out front. Taking his time, hawked by Austin. Shane Austin. Fofana goes right around him and going to be traveling with the basketball. They're calling for steps. So it'll be South Carolina State's basketball. And just like that, Fofana comes out. Coming back into the ball game for Maryland Eastern Shore is number 15. That is Glenn Anderson. Austin will inbound for South Carolina State. Full court pressure now by Maryland Eastern Shore. Austin over to Latavian Lawrence, gets across the timeline. Throws across the floor, nearly threw it away. Rakeem Gary running around, but he double dribbled with the basketball, but that goes back to the bad pass.
He made it another bad pass. Another bad pass by the Bulldogs.
30-30 is their score. 2:28 to go here in the first half. Maryland needs to show the basketball. Anderson, guarded by Gary. These guys are mirrors of each other. Anderson's quick, so is Rakeem Gary.
Very quick.
Anderson in the front court, keeping that dribble alive. Shot clock down to 15 seconds. Anderson, inside pass, is a bad pass inside to Pollard, goes out of bounds. So, turnover all of a sudden now starting to infect Maryland Eastern Shore. 2:10 to go here in the first half. Austin with the basketball. Full court pressure by Maryland Eastern Shore. Austin gets across the timeline. Austin picks up his dribble, passes the baseline to Lawrence. Lawrence hands it over to Wilson, lays it up and in. Nice pass from Latavian Lawrence to Justin Wilson for the bucket. It's a 2-point Bulldog lead. Anderson with the drive. Anderson gets called for the offensive foul. And Anderson didn't argue.
No, he was out of control a little bit that time.
32-30, South Carolina State's lead is 2. It's been as much as 5. 2:04 to go here in the first half. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton, and WPJK ESPN Orangeburg. Rakeem Gary will walk it across the timeline. Man-to-man defense by Maryland Eastern Shore. Gary starts the dribble drive, gets tied up, and Pollard. And Gary gets thrown to the deck. But the possession is still pointing towards South Carolina State.
He went over his back. I thought that should have been a foul.
And in the NFL, they'd call that roughing the passer.
How about I see what Dion is saying. They got to come with that. They got to change that law or rule or something.
Hakeem Gary bounce pass into Justin Wilson. Austin at the free throw line, just above it. Starts the drive, spins, and he travels. He did.
I saw that.
Yep, right in front of us.
I saw it. I didn't think the official did, but he did.
32-30. South Carolina State leads 2. Maryland Eastern Shore with the basketball. 1:43 to go here in the first half. Phillips will inbound. Into the game for Maryland Eastern Shore. First time we've seen Deontay Johnson. This is Chase Davis. He'll give over to Deontay Johnson. Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Guarded by Rakeem Gary. Hand over to Thompson. Pollard out front, guarded by Justin Wilson. Pollard, I thought, pushed off, lost the handle, knocked away by South Carolina State. Inside pass back over to Wilson for the slam. What a pass to Maine Austin to Justin Wilson for the slam. 34-30.
Passing there by the Bulldogs to get that stuff for Justin Wilson.
Phillips across the timeline. 1:05 to go here. Bulldogs lead by 4. Phillips picked by Pollard. Phillips starts the drive. Phillips puts up a off-balance shot. It's recovered by Chase Davis out front. Left side now is Phillips. Phillips started about the 3. Gets it to Pollard. Give and go. Phillips shot is blocked. Phillips slows up a prayer. Rebounded by Latavian Lawrence. Shot clock would have gone off. Rashawn Edwards into the front court. 34-30. Bulldogs lead is 4. Edwards for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by Wilson. Lost the handle. Recovered by Pollard. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Maryland Eastern Shore with the basketball. 34-30. Bulldogs lead is 4. And across the timeline, Maryland Eastern Shore calls the timeout. Deontay Johnson does. We've got 26 seconds to go here in the first half. South Carolina State has recovered, Bill, from our own transgression.
I tell you, we've really made a lot of mistakes, giving them a lot of breakaway baskets, and despite that, South Carolina State is leading by 4. That's because they've shot the ball well, and their interior passing has been really good.
26.1 seconds to go here in the first half. Ernest Robinson. Phil Hamilton on WPJK ESPN Orangeburg. South Carolina State leading Maryland Eastern Shore 34-30. But boy, that was really nice pass just a moment ago from Shemaine Austin to Justin Wilson.
Just like the women's game, this game is very close. The women's game was close throughout. Maryland Eastern Shore pulled it out down the stretch, but this game has been pretty close throughout as well.
And you expect that in the MEAC nowadays, Bill. So it will be Maryland Eastern Shore's basketball in the front court. Phillips will inbound.
Yep. Coach Jason Crafton called a timeout. Let's see what did he draw up for what play did he draw up to try to get a basket.
Deontay Johnson will start the drive. He keeps the dribble alive out front. Top of the key. Starts the dribble drive now. Bounce pass into the corner. Fumbled over there by Chase Davis. Davis back over to Deontay Johnson. Crossover, spin into the corner for 3. Shot is no good. Hits the top of the rim. Recovered by Latavian Lawrence. Over to Rakeem Gary. Here come the Bulldogs. 3 seconds. Gary could get up a shot. Throws it up. It's no good. Did he foul? No, no foul call. That is the end of the first half.
Boy, you see the quickness of Rakeem Gary. He got that ball down there.
Oh, no, they did call a foul.
They did call a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. That's big.
So the foul was on number 11, Cohen Thompson. So Rakeem Gary, with no time on the clock, can give the Bulldogs a 6-point lead going into halftime.
Yeah, I see Coach Kraft, he's over there complaining, but it's not going to change anything.
It's always nice to be heard. 34-30 is our score. South Carolina State leading Maryland Eastern Shore by 4. Rakeem Gary's at the free throw line. Rakeem Gary is a 5'10", 165-pounder from Dallas, Texas.
A long way from home, huh?
Gary's first attempt is up. It's no good. Gary's got another attempt coming. They put 0.3 seconds back on the clock. It's in and back. It's in and out and back in. 35-30, 0.3 seconds to go. Time enough for a catch and shoot.
There you go.
So Phillips will inbound. Last thing you want to do in this situation, Bill.
Give up a basket.
Well, no foul.
Foul, boy.
You don't want to foul.
And that's just like giving them up a basket. They get two of them.
Phillips throws it down the floor, stolen by Latavian Lawrence in front of us, and that is the buzzer, and that is the end of the first half. And our score, South Carolina State 35, Maryland Eastern Shore 30. We'll take a timeout. Glad to have you with us this afternoon from the Smith Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the campus of South Carolina State. It's Ernest Robinson and Bill Hamilton. We'll take a timeout. We'll have more Bulldog basketball right after these messages.
Bulldog Nation is home to some of the most loyal fans in the nation. No one represents their team quite like you do. Do you ever wish your financial institution would treat you with the same kind of loyalty? Relax. Founders puts members first. Founders offers a diverse selection of financial tools and services designed to make your life easier. Get the 5-star member service you deserve. Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com to apply for membership today. Founders is federally insured by the NCUA.
Staying healthy is easier when it's convenient. That's why Prisma Health provides easy access to primary care close to where you need it most. With nearly 600 doctors across the Midlands and Upstate, we offer same-day and next-day appointments to fit your busy schedule, or virtual visits when you can't make it to our office. More access to exceptional care to help you be your healthiest you. Find a doctor today at prismahealth.org/healthy.
Welcome back to the Oliver C. Dawson. Listen, man, we're back in the football field here. Welcome us back to the Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium. We're near the Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium. It's the Smith Hammond Middleton Memorial Center right across the parking lot. Here on the campus of South Carolina State, our score at the half. South Carolina State 35, Maryland Eastern Shore 30, Bill, and quite a first half for Eric Martin's South Carolina State Bulldog team, but it really could have been a bigger lead than what it is.
Yeah, they shot the ball quite well, 14 out of 26, 53.8%. Of course, LaShawn Hallams and Shamon Austin both with 6 points. And for Maryland Eastern Shore, of course, Kevon Bowles, he has 11 points, and Chase Davis has 7. And Stiles, of course, had picked up the 2 early fouls. He has 8 before having to sit out. But,
you compare these two teams, and it looks like Maryland Eastern Shore has really had a hard time, Bill, finding buckets.
Yeah.
Where South Carolina State has really been able to distribute the rock a good bit, and you got a lot of people involved.
At South Carolina State, the defense has been pretty good. They're very active, and they've kept some of them shooters off the line, because the Maryland Eastern Shore is really a good shooting team coming in here as a team. When
you start talking about South Carolina State, Bill, you look at the assists. Bulldogs have 10 assists to just 3 for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah, and that's been the good. South Carolina State has looked really good with their interior passing and stuff.
All right, we're going to take a time out here. Little halftime activities going on right now on the court with the responders here. This should be a lot of fun. Folks wish you could come in, but if you'd like to come see some Bulldog basketball, you don't have to wait long. You may have missed this game today, but there will be a game on Monday when the Bulldogs, the Lady Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs take on Delaware State.
Yeah, and another key conference game for both teams.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with more at the half. South Carolina State 35, Maryland Eastern Shore 30. More Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Hello, this is Stacy Huff, host of Hump Nation Sports Zone, Saturdays from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on 92.9 FM ESPN Orangeburg. I'll cover local, national, and worldwide sports topics, and also take a look at the week that was and a look ahead at the week to come. I look forward to having you along for the ride each and every Saturday morning, 10 to 11 a.m. on Orangeburg's ESPN station, 92.9 FM. Hump Nation Sports Zone, a fun trip around the world of sports.
Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
We hear this all the time where people say, know your worth. Why do we have a problem when an athlete knows their worth and doesn't want to take a pay cut just to make fans more comfortable with the salary cap that's imaginary in the first place? If Lamar Jackson comes out in this game and he's not 100%, they try and get him to be able to go out and play this game, and he plays a bad football game because he is injured, everybody with the microphone is going to sit in front of that microphone and say, see, Lamar can't win in the playoffs. And they're not going to say, well, he was hurt. Like, he came out there and gave his best. If he comes out and is anything less than amazing, it only feeds the negative narrative that the team is trying to attach to Lamar Jackson. If I'm Lamar, I'm like, you've already told me that you don't think I'm worth it. You've already told me you won't give this money. And now you want me to get on the field in a way that could reduce my value to you? Hell no.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM and 92.9 FM.
Hi, this is Phil Kornblut, and each weeknight, sports fans across South Carolina come together on Sports Talk here on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM, 92.9 FM. We bring you the latest on the Bulldogs, Gamecocks, and Tigers, interviews with sports personalities, and our own takes on the key issues, plus plenty of your calls. So be sure to join us each weeknight at 6 for Sports Talk, South Carolina's #1 sports talk show, right here on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM, 92.9 FM.
Welcome back to the Smith-Hammond Middleton Memorial Center. So they had, a relay contest of sorts, Bill, where you had two people competing. They had to get dressed in fireman's gear and then make a layup with the boots on and the gloves.
Yes.
A lot of fun.
Create some excitement here for the fans, and they also honored the 5G Murray for all he does for this community.
So you can hear the pep band is here, and you got a good crowd of students here, Bill, and a lot of excitement here this afternoon. It's great when you have a great crowd and a good basketball game.
A really good crowd here tonight. The students, of course, are back, and they've invited some potential students here for this ball game, and they've turned out as gold. So make a lot of noise and maybe give the Bulldogs an edge.
All right, Bill, we're going to take a quick timeout and come back. I'm going to try to go run down. I see lovely Sonia over there. I'm going to try to run her down real quick and get her over here at halftime. It's the men's game at South Carolina State 35, Maryland Eastern Shore 30. We'll have more Bulldog basketball right after this timeout.
The City of Orangeburg and the Department of Public Utilities are proud to partner with the reigning HBCU national champion South Carolina State University Bulldogs. It takes hard work and dedication to be a winning team, and the Bulldogs are a great example of that spirit. Just like the Bulldogs, the city and DPU work hard to provide championship-caliber services to the citizens we serve. We will continue to make use of that Bulldog tenacity to provide a quality of life that our community so richly deserves.
Think big, life-changing. I'm talking education, inventive, next-level education. Wake up. For 20 years, education has received billions in funding. Where, you ask? Right here, across our state, in your own backyard. Who has done this? Well, if you've ever played the lottery, that would be you. Thank you. The South Carolina Education Lottery. When you play, we all win.
Hi, I'm Andre Lewis, Sales and Leasing Associate with Dick Dyer, Mercedes-Benz Volvo, and a proud 1982 graduate of South Carolina State University. Dick Dyer and Associates is grateful for the patronage of all those affiliated with the university, and we are excited to be a sponsor of the Bulldog athletic programs. If you're considering purchasing a new or pre-owned Mercedes-Benz or Volvo, we invite you to visit us online at www.dickdyeronline.com. Dick Dyer and Associates, a proud sponsor of South Carolina State Bulldogs.
Hello, I'm Harold Young, Orangeburg County Administrator. Myself and County Council would like to welcome you to South Carolina State University in Orangeburg County. South Carolina State games are like no other. They are important to the students, the alumni, and especially our community. For those coming back home, welcome to the new Orangeburg. And for those already here, let's continue to make it better. Congratulations to President Alexander Conyers and the South Carolina State University. So let's go, Coach Pugh and these Bulldogs. Let's get this win. And as always, it's a great day in Orangeburg County. Thank you.
Welcome Welcome back to the Smith Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the campus of South Carolina State University. Prince Robbins and Bill Hamilton. I got Bill Hamilton running down lovely Sonia for us so we can talk to her. She had such a great game early on. And we're going to try to get her over here now. So, in any event, our score at the half, South Carolina State 35, Maryland Eastern Shore 30. And we're going to get Miss Sonia to come in here and sit down. Sit down.
It's 882-845.
All right, we kind of got to do this on the improv. So we are live on the radio, so I don't need you to say anything out of the way. Just want to let you know that there are thousands of people listening to you, so if you slip those over on your head real quick. So joining us here courtside is lovely Sonia, and great game early. I know you were disappointed you guys didn't win the game, but you played extremely well. I don't know if you realize, what was it, 17 points, 18 rebounds, or 19 rebounds?
18 rebounds. That's a career high for her. And it's just a 2 rebounds off of the school record of 21.
So talk about your emergence now as you're starting to come on. What's been the biggest difference this year for you having the big year as you are?
The biggest difference this year is that I've been playing more in the post in the key area, so I've been being able to be a guard working forward down low in the post.
I knew you really like to take it to the basket, but I saw you take advantage a couple times at the free throw line. When they gave you that little 6-footer, you decided to go ahead and take it, and you knocked it down easily.
Yeah, just yesterday I was just working with my assistant coach, Coach Maya, on a few jumpers, so that's what got me them little easy 6-foot shots today.
So when you look at this in your team, I know because you were here last year, you know how much you guys have improved. When you talk about the competitiveness of the conference, you guys are just that close. A couple turnovers from winning this game tonight. What's it going to take for you guys to get a win on Monday against Delaware State?
Well, on Monday, we definitely have to stop fouling, and then we have to be able to convert their fouls into free throws. We need to make our free throws. I believe we keep the same energy that we had from today's game and bring it to Monday's game, we'll bring the dub home.
When you start talking about the team, you guys really missed Nadia Reeves, and I think you did well without her until it got late, because Nadia can kind of create her own shot, but I thought it was a great team effort. Talk about your teammates and how well they played here tonight.
My teammate, the guard, Michaela Lumpkin, she actually did real good today playing the 1, while having Reese on her side, and then also Nicole Gwen. She did a real good job, and then also we got Alicia back and Rakaya Reed back, so having just more players to play with us helps us.
What's it mean to get Alicia back and having it a big and inside?
Just having more bodies to score, able to have more people to help us on offense, on defense, getting rebounds, just so we can keep pushing the pace.
It's nice to see lovely Sonia not getting foul trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, still fouled out, but I held in.
You know, but the thing about it is, but again, you were called on tonight. That's kind of understandable. But a lot of times we see you have to go out and leave the game early, and we really need you in there. And it seems like that's been a part of your game you've been able to work on.
Yeah, I actually told one of my teammates that my goal for tonight's game and the next 5 games is to not get in foul trouble.
Well, I don't care if you get in foul trouble. You get 19 rebounds, go 17, 18 points, you're doing a nice work.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great night. I think you got a great career in front of you. I think the best is yet to come for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, lovely Sonia here on halftime at South Carolina State. Taking on Maryland Eastern Shore. Score at the half. South Carolina State 35, Maryland Eastern Shore 30. We'll have more Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Injured in a car or tractor-trailer accident and don't know what to do? Contact attorney Mark Brown. The Mark Brown Law Firm is a premier injury law firm. Available 24/7 to help clients in Orangeburg and all surrounding counties. They recover millions of dollars for clients each year, and there's never a fee unless they win your case. Call attorney Mark Brown of the Mark Brown Law Firm today at 803-848-0008. Again, that's 803-848-0008.
Bulldog Nation is home to some of the most loyal fans in the nation. No one represents their team quite like you do. Do you ever wish your financial institution would treat you with the same kind of loyalty? Relax. Founders puts members first. Founders offers a diverse selection of financial tools and services designed to make your life easier. Get the 5-star member service you deserve. Visit RelaxJoinFounders.com to apply for membership today. Founders is federally insured by the NCUA.
a tough math teacher, a dedicated coach, a best friend. People who inspire you to be your best possible self. At Prisma Health, you inspire us. We're making healthcare exceptional for everyone across the Midlands and Upstate. With more access to the highest level of care, research innovations, and patient education, we're committed to helping you be your healthiest you. For appointments, visit prismahealth.org/inspired.
The City of Orangeburg and the Department of Public Utilities are proud to partner with the reigning HBCU national champion South Carolina State University Bulldogs. It takes hard work and dedication to be a winning team, and the Bulldogs are a great example of that spirit. Just like the Bulldogs, the city and DPU work hard to provide championship-caliber services to the citizens we serve. We will continue to make use of that Bulldog tenacity to provide a quality of life that our community so richly deserves.
Welcome back to Orangeburg, South Carolina. This is Robinson Bill Hamilton on the Bulldog Basketball Network, I guess we'll call ourselves here. WPJK, ESPN Orangeburg. So glad to have lovely Sonia join us here at halftime.
I tell you, she did a good job in the interview, and she had her stat line was just marvelous tonight. 17 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists.
And those are nights kids dream about.
And I think, you made a point about her not getting those offensive fouls. Several times she pulled up, took the short jumper, the medium range jumper, and she was successful at it.
Maryland Eastern Shore inbound. Phillips inbounds to Afana in the backcourt. From Maryland Eastern Shore, they're going from right to left here in the second half. Bulldogs defending left to right. Bulldogs lead by 5. Maryland Eastern Shore with it. Hand over to Chase Davis with the basketball. I'm sorry, that's Styles. Lost the handle, stolen by Austin, goes to the ground, gets it over to Pollard. Euro step inside and the foul, and gets the bucket. Raquan Brown on the foul.
Well, I kind of thought he might have got an offensive call that time, but Pollard made a very good move there.
At the free throw line will be Nick Pollard Jr., graduate student, 6'5", 225-pounder from Richmond, Virginia. He could have suited, well, Maryland Eastern Shore doesn't have a football team, but if they had one, he could play for them.
Yeah, he'd be a nice tight end.
He does. A defensive end.
Yes, sir.
For South Carolina State, it's Cam Jones, Shemaine Austin, Raquan Brown, Justin Wilson, and LaShawn Hallams.
A discussion going on with the officials. What is that all about?
I have no idea. Kevon Voiles in there for Maryland Eastern Shore. Nate Pollard, Zion Styles, Deshaun Phillip, and Ahamadou Fofana. 35-32 is our score.
Pollard a chance to complete the three-point play to bring his team within
19:40 to go here in the ballgame. Pollard's free throw is up. It's no good. Rebounded by Cam Jones. For South Carolina State, he'll give over to Austin, and here come the Bulldogs. He'll give it over to LaShawn Hallams in the backcourt. He'll be agreed about Fofana in the front court. Hallams hands over to Cam Jones. Cam Jones starts to drive, tries to lob it up. Wilson was off, and it's a turnover. Up the floor, Pollard Jr. Over to Fofana. Into the corner, Kevon Boyle. Started about the three, back out to Fofana. 35-32. Fofana with the drive. At the free throw line, pulls up. Goes to Phillips, right side. Guarded by Austin. Baseline is Pollard. Throws it over to Fofana. Nearly threw it away. Fofana tries to throw it inside to Pollard. Pollard made the catch, lays it up and in with the left-handed shot.
Excellent pass. You see, put it over there where nobody else could get to it but him.
35-34. Bulldogs lead, cut to 1. Hallams hands over to Cameron Jones. Jones picks up his dribble inside through the hands of Austin, off the head of Phillips, and goes out of bounds.
Bulldogs lucky to maintain possession that time because it was another bad pass.
Phillips had his head in the game.
Indeed he did. That was a good one, Ernest.
Wasn't much to it, Bill. Justin Wilson, give over to Cam Jones. Jones, top of the key. Hands over to LaShawn Hallams. Hallams goes baseline. Austin for 3. It's off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Nate Pollard Jr. Jr. throws it up to Kevon Boyles, and here comes Maryland Eastern Shore, the Hawks. Drives on Cam Jones. Lays it up and in. Wow. Kevon Boyles, that left hand.
Left-handed shot there, yeah.
I'm assuming he's left-handed. That looked too smooth. 36-35. Maryland Eastern Shore back in front by 1.
Well, those guards, but they can explode, so we got to
Allums goes left wing to Cam Jones. Cam Jones crossover, stops, fades. It's good. Cam Jones with the fade from 14. Bulldogs retake the lead, 37-36. In the front court now. Chase Davis will hand over to Phillips. I'm sorry, that was Styles. Free throw line is Pollard Jr. behind the back dribble. Pollard, left corner. Fafana. It's good. Ahamadou Fafana.
My goodness.
39-37. Maryland Eastern Shore's lead is now 2. Allums hands over to Cam Jones. Nearly travels, spins now. Keeps the dribble alive behind the back dribble. Bounce pass to Austin. Austin had it knocked away by Styles. And here comes Styles behind the back. What was that? And lays it up and in. Bill, I thought he was going to pass it.
The ball.
It was a dribble.
I thought he was going to pass it too. I think he confused everybody on the court.
41-37. Maryland Eastern Shore coach is really thrilled with that move. That was a heck of a move. Laquan Brown with it on the right wing, 41-37.
Been a 9-2 run here to start this second half by the Hawks.
Austin goes upside to Allums. Allums drives it in, lays it up. It's no good. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson got fouled. Laquan Brown got in. Laquan Brown got fouled. Wilson thought he got fouled, could not finish, and will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Eric Martin is asking about that last move.
I tell you,
he went behind the back like a behind the back dribble, like a behind the back pass, but it ended up being a dribble in front of him.
Yeah, it appeared that he was going to pass the basketball.
Raekwon Brown misses the free throw. Rashawn Edwards about to come in. Rakeem Gary's going to come back in for Raekwon Brown. Austin will come out. Austin started the game off hot, Bill, but haven't been able to recapture that offensive magic.
Yeah, he kind of jump-started the Bulldogs there early with 5 quick points.
Raekwon Brown makes the free throw. So it's a 3-point Maryland Eastern Shore lead. Rakeem Gary comes into the game, and Sean Helms will go out. No, Helms stays in. Raekwon Brown, the shooter, went out. Phillips will inbound. Does so to Kevon Boyles in the backcourt. Man-to-man full-court pressure by South Carolina State. Kevon Boyles across the timeline. Guarded by Cam Jones. Between the legs, dribble twice. Crossover now, drives. Pulls up, drives, lays it up and in. My goodness, Kevon dealing.
That quickness.
Let me tell you something. There was some sauce on that.
I tell you, man, their guards are awesome.
Allums goes right side to Cam Jones. Cam Jones, fade away from 3. It's in and out, tapped up and in, and they're going to call basket interference on Rashawn Allums. 43-38 now. Maryland Eastern Shore, their largest lead is 5. About to come back in the game is Cohen Thompson. So Cohen Thompson comes in. Styles will go out. Justin Wilson goes out for South Carolina State, and Davion Everett has come back in. Fafana will handle the basketball and bring it across the timeline, guarded by Rakeem Gary. Jordan Simpson about to come back in for South Carolina State. Fafana goes left wing to Boyles. Boyles, three-pointer. It's off the front of the rim. Rebounded and put back up, missed by Thompson. Recovered by Rakeem Gary with the long rebound. Gary hands over to Allums. Allums going to be off with the jumper. Pollard came down with it for Maryland Eastern Shore. Here we go the other way. Fafana will bring it across the timeline for Maryland Eastern Shore. Left wing pass to Kevon Boyles. Left side now to Thompson. To Kevon Boyles on the left baseline. Boyles, pump fake, shot put up, laid up and in, off the glass. Nicely done. Little finger roll, looks like the Iceman.
He's been awfully hot.
45-38, largest lead of the day for Maryland Eastern Shore at 7. Rakeem Gary across the timeline.
It's been a 15-3 start here for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Cam Jones starts the dribble drive. Free throw line jumper is off the back of the rim, rebounded by Fafana. Maryland Eastern Shore now taking control of this game. Kevon Boyles. Crossover dribble. Kevon behind the back. Top of the key, Pollard Jr. Back to Kevon. Reverse layup is in. Kevon Boyles.
8 points. 8 points in this half.
47-38. And there's a timeout. Eric Martin has seen enough. He's got to stop it. 14:46 to go here in the basketball game. Our score, Maryland Eastern Shore 47, South Carolina State 38. More Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 and 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact. We'll share our insider expertise and help you get your disability claim filed and paid immediately. There is a time limit to apply, so call right now. Operators are standing by to help you.
800-413-8615. 800-413-8615. 800-413-8615. That's 800-413-8615.
Welcome back to the Smith-Hammond Middleton Memorial Center. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton on the campus of South Carolina State. Bulldogs were up by 5 just a moment ago. Bill, we're down by 9, and Maryland Eastern Shore has really come on strong, led by Kevon Boyles.
18 points already, and 8 of them has come in this half, of course. Maryland Eastern Shore is on a 17-3 run, Ernest. They shot the ball extremely well here in the second half. Bulldogs call a timeout. Let's hope they can stop the bleeding here and get back in the ball game.
14:46 to go in the game, Bill. As they say, this is going to get late early.
Yep.
LaShawn Hallams, Rakeem Gary, Devion Everett, Jordan Simpson, and Rashawn Edwards for South Carolina State. Rakeem Gary in the basketball game. Hand over to Jordan Simpson. Simpson, inside pass to Hallams, is knocked away. Turnover for South Carolina State.
Simpson had the right idea, but he didn't make a good pass.
Anderson over to Thompson, to Phillips. Inside Pollard, baseline on Devion Everett, just backing his way in. Everett did a great job. Comes away with the rebound. What a play by Devion Everett. Jordan Simpson up the floor. Simpson lost the handle, goes out of bounds. Last touch by South Carolina State.
Boy.
Bulldogs can't catch a break right now. Here's a timeout on the floor with 14:14 to go here in the basketball game. Our score hadn't changed from the last break. 47 for Maryland Eastern Shore, 38 for South Carolina State. For Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Thank you. Thank you for world-traveling rocket scientists, for tires bigger than your grandma's house, for 3D printing research, for artists in residency. Thank you for all the things that take us to the next level. Thank you for playing the lottery, for funding scholarships, for funding grants, for funding innovation in this state. Thank you. The South Carolina Education Lottery. When you play, we all win.
Hi, I'm Andre Lewis, Sales and Leasing Associate with Dick Dyer, Mercedes-Benz Volvo, and a proud 1982 graduate of South Carolina State University. Dick Dyer and Associates is grateful for the patronage of all those affiliated with the university, and we are excited to be a sponsor of the Bulldog athletic programs. If you're considering purchasing a new or pre-owned Mercedes-Benz or Volvo, we invite you to visit us online at www.dickdyeronline.com. Dick Dyer and Associates, a proud sponsor of South Carolina State Bulldogs.
Welcome back to the Smith-Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the campus of South Carolina State. Ernest Robinson and Bill Hamilton here. South Carolina State in a bit of a pickle. Bulldogs had control of this basketball game, but man, Maryland Eastern Shore has turned it on, Bill, and they've turned the tide in this game.
I tell you, they've really started this second half blazing. You know, they outscored South Carolina State 17-3 in the first 6 minutes. Almost 6 minutes of this second half. Let's see if South Carolina State can get back in it.
For Maryland Eastern Shore, they got some changes. Cohen Thompson's back in the game. Nate Pollard Jr. is back in the game. Also for Maryland Eastern Shore is number 2. That is Chase Davis, who's back in. Cohen Thompson, I mentioned. And Glenn Anderson is back in. Anderson with the basketball across the timeline for Maryland Eastern Shore. Hawked by Hallam. Man-to-man pressure by South Carolina State, trying to turn up the pressure on the Hawks. And we've got a
Was it a foul?
Foul number
24. They called the foul on Troy Hupstead, trying to get position down low. So a turnover for South Carolina State. And here come the Bulldogs with a chance to cut into this lead.
You're right. See if they can capitalize on this turnover.
Rashawn Edwards over the right side to Hallam. Over to Devion Everett. Everett goes left side to Rashawn Edwards. The Bulldogs trying to get some movement, create some offense. Edwards, top of the key to Rakeem Gary. Gary starts to drive, stops, throws a long prayer, not answered. Rebounded over there by Maryland Eastern Shore. Quickly up the floor. Pass is knocked away by Rashawn Edwards, intended for Cohen Thompson.
Good hustle there by Rashawn Edwards to stop that breakaway.
Inbounding for Maryland Eastern Shore will be number 15, Glenn Anderson. Anderson along the left baseline. Gets it over to Nugent. Nugent starts the dribble drive. Nugent hawked by Rakeem Gary. Goes way out front, keeping the dribble alive. Crossover now drives. Nugent. Pass inside. Missed shot inside by 24. That was Hupstead. Recovered by South Carolina State. Devion Everett along the right baseline. Everett gives over to Latavian Lawrence, who's come in. Lawrence out front to Rashawn Edwards. 13 minutes to go. Bulldogs having a problem getting shots. Edwards in the right corner. Devion Everett off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Thompson of Maryland Eastern Shore. And the lid is on the basket for South Carolina State.
Played over 7 minutes. Bulldogs have scored just 3 points here, Ernest.
Anderson.
In the second half.
Right side to tapped up, tapped out. Recovered by Brown. Shot put up and in. Nice drive on the part of number 2, that was Chase Davis with the layup. 49-38, largest lead of the game for Maryland Eastern Shore. Bill, it's 9. Edwards across the timeline. Edwards goes right wing. Rashawn Helms back over to Edwards. Bulldogs really gotten stagnant on offense. Edwards, fadeaway 3 is good. 2 is good. 2-pointer. Breaks the drought, 49-40 now. It was an 11-point lead.
Yeah, that Bulldogs needed that because they had only scored 3 points.
Chase Davis way out front, right in front of us. Guarded by Edwards. Chase Davis, spin move, fade away. Shots off the back of the rim, tapped up, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cohen Thompson. Wholesale substitution coming into the game, and there's another timeout. Boy, we've had a lot of timeouts in this half. 11:45. We'll keep it right here. But quite a few timeouts here.
This is the under 12 minutes, and, you know, of course we had the under 16, and then the coaches called a couple of times out.
Yeah, because you had Eric Martin calling the timeout trying to stop the
bleeding. Yes, indeed.
It's been tough for South Carolina State here today. Bulldogs are totally in control coming out of the half, but just came out with a slow start.
Only 5 points, and we've played over 8 minutes, and they've only scored 5 points.
It'll be interesting to take a look at the stats and see how they've changed. Of course, Maryland Eastern Shore. Remember, I told you Maryland Eastern Shore, South Carolina State a little while ago had 10 assists. That's only 2 for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
That's changed. Bulldogs haven't gotten any more assists. Maryland Eastern Shore is now up to 6. So they're starting to move the basketball and find themselves on the offensive end. Taking a look at the stats here this afternoon for Maryland Eastern Shore. Kevon Boyles leads the way with 19 points. Zion Styles has 10. And Chase Davis has 9, Bill. And Chase Davis is 4 of 5 from the floor. Kevon Boyles is 9 of 12 from the floor.
Yeah. Boyles, he's only played 17 minutes and got 19 points.
For South Carolina State, the Bulldogs started quickly, but no one's in double figures, and no one has really stepped up on the offensive end.
Right. I think Maryland Eastern Shore aggressive man-to-man defense is kind of taking South Carolina State out of their sync.
Basketball belongs to
Cameron Jones will inbound. Rakeem Gary will be in the backcourt. Jermaine Austin has checked back in. Raquan Brown is checking in.
Full court pressure.
The inbound to Rakeem Gary. Up the floor to Raquan Brown. Quickly up the floor to Bulldogs. Top of the key now is Rakeem Gary. Gary between the leg dribble. Left wing is Cameron Jones. Left corner is Raekwon Brown. To Shemaine Austin on the left wing. Austin top of the key to Latavion Lawrence. Lawrence between the leg dribble. 18-footers up and good. Latavion Lawrence.
They needed that.
49-44 now. 5-point lead. I thought it was 49. I thought it was 49-44, but I guess you're right, Bill. It's 49-42. Offensive foul call on Styles.
That's his third.
49-42. Quick look off the bench. Phillips is coming up the bench.
They said Styles got 4.
Yep. It's a team's third. So going out of the game for Maryland Eastern Shore, that was number 1, Don Nugent. 11:09 to go here in the game. 49-42. The lead is down to 7. Cameron Jones will inbounds. And now Maryland Eastern Shore is a little concerned about who that foul's on. Trying to get clarification over there. There'll be a little discussion going on. We had quite a few of these in the women's game. So, Jason Craftonville, the head coach. Jason Crafton wanted an explanation over there. Now they've called both teams over. Or at least Eric Martin's taking advantage to talk to his team.
Styles is one of 3 Maryland Eastern Shore players in double figures coming into this ball game.
Cam Jones, Rakeem Gary, Shamon Austin, Raekwon Brown, and Latavion Lawrence. Lawrence has been a nice addition, bringing some points off the bench. Rakeem Gary bringing across the timeline. 11 minutes to go. Raekwon Brown, top of the key, Cam Jones. Jones.
A basket here would be big for South Carolina State.
Austin, behind the back dribble. Fade away from the free throw line. It's good. John Austin, nice to see him get going again. 49-44. It's a 5-point lead. Fofana in trouble. Back over to Thompson. Cohen Thompson up the floor. Pass knocked away. The good hustle by Austin. Knocked it out of bounds.
Bulldogs picked up the intensity level a little bit, and it's paying off.
Chase Davis back in the game, inbounds to Fofana. Fofana back over to Cohen Thompson. Baseline pass knocked away. Shamon Austin with the steal. Cam Jones. Austin wanting to get up the floor. Gets it over to Rakeem Gary. Gary, 3-pointer, fade away. It's good. Rakeem Gary.
They only gave him a 2.
Oh, it's only a 2-pointer. 49-46 makes the game a 3-point game. 10:24 to go here in the basketball game.
Crafton still asking for additional explanation. What is that?
There is a timeout on the floor with 10:24 to go here in the basketball game. And we will keep it right here. 10:24 to go in the game. It's a 3-point game. South Carolina State, Bill, seems like we've kind of steadied ourselves and started to generate a little more offense.
8 points in a row here to get back in the ball game.
Quite a chess match going on. 2 really good games here this afternoon. 2 very competitive games.
Yep. The women's game was competitive right down to the final minute when Maryland Eastern Shore pulled it out.
For South Carolina State, I was thinking we were going to get some stats just then, but I guess it's a little too quick from the last break. Let me stats over here to us. But looking at South Carolina State today, at this point, the Bulldogs still did not have anybody in double figures.
Right. I think Harold may have 9.
No, I think Latavion Austin has got 1 more 3. Bulldogs still may be without somebody in double figures. Right now it's going to be Shemaine Austin, Rakeem Gary, Cam Jones, Raekwon Brown, and Latavion Lawrence. But, man, we have had a number of timeouts here lately, and they're going back to the video, Bill. They're going back to the video.
Yep. What was he still complaining about?
I'm not sure what the beef is. But Maryland Eastern Shore, their team's still sitting down over on the sidelines talking to the coach. So Tavion Lawrence, I was thinking it was going to inbound. Let's see. It's going to be Maryland Eastern Shore's basketball. So Thompson will inbound. I'm sorry, that's Deshaun Field will inbound. Thompson's at the free throw line.
And Coach Crafton is still engaging the officials, but we don't know what it's about.
Now they're asking him to take a seat. And now South Carolina State's going off the floor. Evidently, Bill.
It's something you remember the foul that they called on Styles and he tried to say with somebody else. Is he still discussing that?
I have no idea. I have no idea, but the officials have heard enough.
I think the officials are going to have to push him off.
Yeah. So it's going to be Maryland Eastern Shore basketball. Another 10-minute break in between calls. Phillips will inbound. Phillips inbounds to Kevon Boyles, back over to Phillips. Full court pressure by South Carolina State. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the basketball game. Phillips across the timeline. Guarded by Shemaine Austin. Baseline pass to Nate Pollard Jr. Pollard Jr. spins, lays it up and in. Nice move on the Tavion Lawrence.
Yes. And you got Kevon Boyles is back in. He's set for a long time.
Austin passes to Cam Jones on the right wing. Jones spin move. And Jones pushed off. Oh, my goodness. Offensive foul. Oh, they called. Oh, my goodness, Bill. They called it on.
We got a break.
Maryland Eastern Shore.
We got a break.
I thought sure Cam Jones leaned in, but he did not, according to the official. And, of course, the coach of Maryland Eastern Shore is up. And
he's complaining. He's going to get a text sooner or later.
Well, he's across the line.
Yeah, and he's doing it on purpose.
51-47. 9:50 to go.
But I'm surprised the officials continue to engage him.
9:50 to go. Cam Jones will be at the free throw line. But, Bill, in all honesty,
yeah,
was that a foul on Cam Jones?
I would say yes, probably. But you get some of those every now and then. It looked like a foul now.
A foul. But they didn't call it that way. They called it on Maryland Eastern Shore.
I think maybe the official was screened out.
This is the free throw. Again, ball don't lie. So, but again, I think the officials are kind of frustrated with Maryland Eastern Shore's coach. 51-48 is the three-point lead. Offensive foul on Kevon Boyles. And that was a push-off. That was the right call.
Yeah. He shouldn't complain about that one.
Yeah. And he did.
Right here in front of us.
Yeah.
We saw what happened. He shouldn't complain about that.
Bill said it was right here in front of us. That means it was the right call.
It's the right call.
Cam Jones inbounds to LaShawn Hamilton. Here come the Bulldogs. 9:30 to go in the game. We're down 3, 51-48. Edwards top of the key. LaShawn Helms on the right side to Cam Jones. Cam Jones, top of the key to Helms. Helms left side to Rashawn Edwards for 3. It's good. Rashawn Edwards with the long three-pointer. We're tied at 51. 9:15 to go in the game. Phillips across the timeline. Fofana having problems. Fofana over and back. And now Maryland Eastern Shore is kind of losing their composure, Bill. And pressure
defense.
I tell you what, though, it kind of goes back to the coach. I think he put some pressure by bringing the attention on himself, kind of put the team in a kind of tough situation where they got out of rhythm, and South Carolina State's been able to take control.
There you go.
We're tied at 51, 9:09 to go.
Sometimes when you do that, you help the other team because it's your team loses momentum and they pick up momentum.
Hallam's across the timeline. Hallam hands over to Raquan Brown. Brown to Cam Jones. Jones at the top of the key. Jones starts the spin move. Jones, left side, Edwards. Thought about the drive. 14-footers off the back of the rim, rebounded long by Kevon Boyles. Boyles is going to be fouled. Justin Wilson with the foul. And I'll tell you what, Everett Summers is on it right now.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the official.
Sharp hours.
That was a good call. Unfortunately, it went against South Carolina State. 51-51, 8:47 to go.
But it was the correct call.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be Maryland Eastern Shore basketball. Phillips will inbound in the backcourt. Does so to Ahamadou Fofana. And now there's another stoppage of play. I don't think the clock doesn't start. And, of course, 8:47 to go. This is the MEAC game. You want to call correctly.
Yeah, both teams are playing their hard side, and you want to make sure that they get a fair shake.
Ahamadou Fofana with the basketball. Hawked by Howlands in the backcourt to get across the timeline. 8:40 to go in the game. Fofana. Across the floor, out of bounds, intended for Thompson. Unforced error by Fofana. Bulldogs get the turnover. 8:37 to go here in the game.
All right, second possession that South Carolina State has with an opportunity to take the lead in this ball game. Let's see if they can do it.
Howlands across the timeline. Howlands has it knocked away by Fofana, but he recovered it, gets over to Edwards. Edwards starts a dribble drive. Shot put up. In and out. My goodness, it was halfway down in the basket.
Down in there,
rebounded by Maryland Eastern Shore.
Came out.
Ahamadou Fofana in the front court. Hawked by Cameron Jones. Cameron Jones really giving Fofana what for. Fofana, spin move. Shot put up. And in. Nice job by Ahamadou Fofana.
He worked awfully hard for that and made a good shot.
53-51. Maryland Eastern Shore takes the lead with 7:50 to go here in the game. Right wing is Cam Jones. In the front court for South Carolina State. Free throw line is Justin Wilson. Oh, my goodness. Right side is Cam Jones. Thought Justin might have taken that shot. Cam Jones takes the fall away. It's no good off the front of the rim. Rebound by Raquan Brown. Put up and in. Raquan Brown with the follow. Will tie the game at 53. Can take the lead with the free throw. There's a timeout on the floor with 7:39 to go here in the basketball game. Our score, South Carolina State 53, Maryland Eastern Shore 53. We'll have more Bulldog basketball after this timeout.
Keyshawn, Jay Will, and Matt.
Allen, Wisconsin, guys, has an issue with Aaron Rodgers' MVP comments. What's up, Al?
If you're going to choose to mention and now insert something, why does it have to be a doggone MVP, which is a personal gratification, an individual type of an award, instead of you being more concerned with getting yourself a championship?
He's talking about an MVP trophy, whether it's somewhere else or whether it's in Green Bay. How about just talking about a Super Bowl, whether it's in Green Bay or somewhere else? Because you got 4 MVPs. You don't need another MVP. What you need is another Super Bowl to separate yourself from Brett Favre if you stay in Green Bay, or to separate yourself and put yourself in rare company with quarterbacks that have 2 or more Super Bowls that was elite, that was carrying teams, that played for a very long time.
GJ and Matt, followed by Green on ESPN Orangeburg, 1580 AM and 92.9 FM.
Welcome back to Orangeburg, South Carolina. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamlin, Smith Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the campus of South Carolina State. And Bill, we just got handed stats. South Carolina State with 7 minutes to go in the game, almost. Still nobody in double figures, but balanced scoring on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Coach Martin has played a lot of playoffs, and that's not unusual for him. He does that, you know. I'm surprised at the free throw. South Carolina State is only at, the North Maryland Eastern Shore is only attempted 2. South Carolina State just 7, so it's not a lot of fouling in this ball game.
53-53 is your score. 7:39 to go here in the basketball game. At the free throw line to try and complete a 3-point play will be Raquan Brown for South Carolina State. On the season for South Carolina State, Raquan Brown is a 65% free throw shooter, 32 of 49 on the season. It's good. Bulldogs take the lead, 54-53 after getting down by 9. Phillips will inbound for Maryland Eastern Shore. Does so in the backcourt. This is Anderson. Hawked by Rakeem Gary. Now switches over. Sean Edwards takes and brings it across the timeline. Handling the basketball, that is Flynn Anderson. Zion Styles with it, starts to drive. Styles, his shot is blocked, he's fouled, he goes down. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot two. Good contest by the Bulldogs. Didn't think we had to foul him.
You almost knew Styles was going to go to the basket with that. He's been sitting for a while after he picked up his fourth foul earlier, and he's one of the key offensive guys. He's been that way all year.
Well, Styles will be at the free throw line. 54-53, Bulldogs lead is 1. First attempt is up and good. Styles will get another one. We're tied at 54. 7:21 to go. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton at the Smith-Hammond Middleton Memorial Center on the campus of South Carolina State. Second attempt by Styles is up and good. Redhawks take the lead, 55-54. Rakeem Gary for South Carolina State will bring it across the timeline. Man-to-man defense by Maryland Eastern Shore. Top of the keys, Raekwon Brown. Brown tried a pass inside, knocked away by Maryland Eastern Shore. Phillips has it nearly stolen by Rakeem Gary, lays it up and in. Boy, that was a horrible pass by South Carolina State.
Those lazy passes have hurt South Carolina State.
57-54, Edwards, right wing. Over to Raekwon Brown, back over to Edwards. Left wing now is Rakeem Gary. Over to Raekwon Brown. Rakeem Gary, 17-footer. It rattles out. It's tapped out. Gary gets the rebound. Gary tries to put it up. Has his shot blocked, but covered by Kevon Boyles.
I thought that time he should have brought it out, Ernest, instead of going in there among the trees.
Kevon Boyles to give over to Anderson. Here comes Maryland Eastern Shore with a 3-point lead. 6:20 to go here in the game. Boyles starts to drive on the Tavion Lawrence. Stops on the baseline, fades, misses everything. Recovered by Rashawn Edwards. Edwards up the floor to Rakeem Gary. Gary in rhythm, shoots the three. It's off, rebounded by Justin Wilson. Puts the shot up and in. Justin Wilson with the three-point play opportunity. Scores the basket to make it a 1-point game.
Good work down the boards by Justin.
Cam Jones and Rashawn Helms about to come into the game.
Yeah, good work there to get inside for the offensive rebound, to stick back, and now he has a chance to pull his team within the tie.
Latavian Lawrence and Raekwon Brown go out. Rashawn Helms is back in with Cam Jones. Justin Wilson is at the free throw line. 6:09 to go. We trail by a point. Wilson's free throw attempt is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Nate Pollard Jr. He'll give over to Anderson, and here come the Hawks. 6 minutes to go in the game. We're down a point. Left side is Kevon Boyles. Left wing now is Styles. Over to Nate Pollard. Over to Phillips. Man-to-man inside to Pollard. Pollard, spin move. Lays it up and in. Pollard really doing some good work inside.
He's tough inside, isn't he?
59-56. It's a 3-point Maryland Eastern Shore lead, and we're approaching 5:30 to go in the game. As I said earlier, it's getting late early.
Yeah.
Rashawn Edwards, top of the key, Helms. Free throw line is Cam Jones. Has a shot now. Takes a tougher shot, misses it. Rebounded by Pollard.
Wow. What was that all about? Why he didn't take the first shot?
Across the timeline is Anderson. Approaching 5 minutes to go in this game. We're down 3. Kevon Boyles, give over to Styles. Styles hasn't scored a lot, but he's had an impact. Phillips. It's going to get called with the travel. Oh, no, they call a foul.
Yeah. They set a screen there, the pick, but he was still moving, yeah.
5:08 to go in the game, 59-56. South Carolina State down 3. Helms will inbound to Rakeem Gary. Gary across the timeline. Guarded by Anderson. Gary starts to drive. Baseline pass to Wilson. It's blocked inside. Maryland Eastern Shore comes away with it. Under 5 minutes to go, and we're down 3 still. Steal by Cam Jones. Cam Jones gets fouled on the breakaway by Phillips.
That should have been intentional.
I guess he did make it look good.
So it's a 1-and-1 instead of 2. Wow.
Cam Jones will be at the free throw line for South Carolina State. And on the season, Cam Jones is a 75% free throw shooter. But, of course, the rim gets smaller this time of the game.
Well, these two are big, yeah. when the pressure's on.
59-56, 4:49 to go here in the game.
Very critical free throws here.
Cam's first attempt is up and good. 59-57. Raquan Brown comes in. LaShawn Hallams goes out. Nope. Raquan comes in. LaShawn Edwards goes out. Shemaine Austin's about to come back in. Austin comes back in for... Well, he hasn't come back in yet. Maybe Cam Jones.
Hallams and Austin have been kind of quiet this half.
Cam Jones makes both free throws. 59-58, it's a one-point game. Cam Jones will sit down. Shemaine Austin will come back in. Phillips will inbounds. Bulldogs pick up full court. Man to man. Phillips having a problem. Gets it to Kevon Boyles. Back over to Phillips. Phillips picks up his dribble. Kevon Boyles. Double team. Gets it over to Phillips. Kevon Boyles always makes the right play. Phillips in the front court. 4:35 to go in the game. We trail by a point. Pollard. Pass to Phillips in the left corner. This is Styles. Passes it further to Boyles. Lays it up and in. Kevon Boyles and Styles. That experience, Bill.
Inside pass and very, very good.
61-58. An opportunity for a three-point play. That foul was on Latavion Lawrence. Raquan Brown will come out. Cam Jones will come right back in. Offense to defense now for the Bulldogs. 61-58. Kevon Boyles is at the free throw line. Boyles, his first attempt is up and good. Only attempt.
Boyles is the senior, and then three of the other four started in that Maryland Eastern Shore lineup are grad students.
Oh, yeah.
So you talked about that experience.
Yeah.
That experience.
Cam Jones will inbound to Rakeem Gary. 62-58, it's a four-point game. Gary in the backcourt. Has his pass stolen by Phillips. Phillips lays it up and in. And they're going Styles with the steal. But again, Bill, that experience in the backcourt.
Yeah, and the lazy passes by the Bulldogs, because those guys are reaching at everything. They're quick, and that made a difference.
62-58, it's a four-point lead. They can stretch it to 6 here.
Their quickness has been as bar with South Carolina State.
Bulldogs in the bonus, but have been able to take advantage. Styles. First attempt is up, and no good.
A break for South Carolina State.
Styles will have another shot coming. It's good. He makes a second one. 63-58. It's a 5-point lead. Styles was 77% free throw shooter, Bill. Only got 1 or 2. Cam Jones almost in trouble. Gets it over to Rakeem Gary. Over to Latavion Lawrence, who soars to the basket for a layup.
Wow. Excellent pass.
63-60.
Excuse me. Excellent pass there from Gary.
4 minutes to go. In the backcourt, bringing it across the timeline for Maryland Eastern Shore is Nugent. Nugent hawked by Cam Jones. Nugent looking for Fofana. Gives it to Fofana. Fofana hawked by Cam Jones. Left side is Nugent. Nugent will shoot the 3. Off the back of the rim, rebounded by Cam Jones. Bulldogs can tie with the 3 or cut it to 1 with the 2. Edwards across the timeline. Over to Latavion Lawrence. Left wing now is Edwards. Edwards thought about the 3. Entry pass is intercepted. What a bad pass by LaShawn Edwards. And pass is knocked away, stolen by LaShawn Hallams. Hallams, Euro step, and going to draw the foul from Fofana. Boy, it's so disappointing to see South Carolina State make some of those passes, Bill.
I know. I call them lazy pass, folks. We fired on those passes all night, especially in the second half.
That was a long entry pass, 63-60.
Why would you try that pass from where he was, you know?
At that point of the game.
Yeah.
3:17 to go. 63-60. South Carolina State trailing by 3. Bulldogs have struggled here tonight.
And at times have played really well, but for the most part, Bill, we have just made it difficult.
We've been our own worst enemy, yeah.
And it's not that Maryland Eastern Shore is much better than South Carolina State. Bulldogs really should be, I think, up on top in this game.
Maryland Eastern Shore has played a little smarter than South Carolina State. They've really been, the interior passing has been excellent most of the night.
And it seems as though they've been prepared for what South Carolina State is trying to do offensively.
Yeah.
In other words, they've defended. They've been able to come away with some steals and knockaways at midcourt when South Carolina State kind of gets into the routine of getting it across the timeline.
Their man-to-man defense has been pretty effective, very aggressive, and it's turned, it's given them some easy opportunities on the other end.
3:17 to go here in the basketball game. Ernest Robinson, Bill Hamilton on WPJK ESPN Orangeburg. Glad to have you with us. I want to remind you that we have MEAC basketball coming your way on Monday.
Thank you.
The Bulldogs, both the men and the women, will be right back at it, taking on Delaware State. So 2 critical games here for South Carolina State this weekend, Bill. And looking at the leading scorers, Bulldogs still don't have anybody in double figures. Cameron Jones has got 9. Samaine Austin's got 8, and Rashawn Edwards has got 8. Balanced scoring by the Bulldogs, but Maryland Eastern Shore. Well, South Carolina State has out-rebounded Maryland Eastern Shore 28-26.
You know, and 9 of the 11 players that Eric Martin has played have scored for the Bulldogs.
LaShawn Helms will be at the free throw line. Helms, Shemaine Austin, Rakeem Gary, Raquan Brown, and Cam Jones.
Now, these are really big free throws, to say the least.
Helms' first attempt is up. Out the back of the rim. Just a little too hard. Boy, I tell you what, that lid has been on the free throws tonight.
I tell you, this time of the game, you got to have them.
Second attempt is up and good. 63-61. 3:17 to go. Phillips will inbound. Full court man-to-man pressure by South Carolina State. They give it to Ahamadou Fofana. Fofana hawked by Rakeem Gary. Across the timeline. Fofana. Over to Nick Pollard. Pollard guarded by Raquan Brown. Pollard will hand over to Styles. Styles, Euro step pass inside, and it's going to be a travel on Styles. So it's a 63-61 Maryland Eastern Shore lead. South Carolina State with the basketball. 3 minutes to go in the game. Rakeem Gary across the timeline. Gary hands over to Helms. Almost a bad pass there when he handed off. Helms out front to Shemaine Austin. Austin gives over to Rakeem Gary. Bulldogs look like they want to crank up a 3, and Gary does, and it's good. Rakeem Gary with the 3 to give South Carolina State the lead, 64-63 with 2.5 to go.
He's been off the mark most of the night, but he made that one. That's a big one.
You could tell he was looking for the 3.
Yeah.
Fofana with the drive, and it's going to call Raquan Brown with the block. Fofana goes down, so there's a foul on Raquan Brown.
Wow.
Fofana will go to the free throw line. 64-63. Bulldogs lead by point. 2:24 to go here in the basketball game.
What kind of free throw shooter is Fofana?
No, this is Phillips. It's a Fofana.
Oh, I thought it was Fofana.
You're all right. It is Fofana. So Fofana on the season, Bill, is a 75% free throw shooter. They shoot 69% as a team.
That's pretty good.
So Fofana on the season.
I remember the great.
Well, Bill, you won't believe this. He's only been in free throw line 12 times coming into this game.
Is that right?
9 of 12.
I remember the years when Maryland Coppin and South Carolina State men used to fight it out. They were good free throw shooting teams. He looked
makes
good.
The first one, yeah. 10 of 13 on the season. He doesn't go often. 64-64. 2:24 to go here from Orangeburg. Ahamadou Fofana. Second attempt is no good. Tapped up. Shemaine Austin rebounds it. He'll give over to Rakeem Gary. We're tied at 64, approaching 2:15.
Good rebound there by Austin.
Gary gives over to Austin. Austin lost the handle. Outlet to Kevon Boyles. Boyles lays it up and in. 2-point lead with 2:05 to go.
Another bad pass, another steal.
Adams will bring it across the timeline.
The Bulldogs are making it hard for themselves.
Adams nearly traveled. Cam Jones starts the drive, puts up the shot, no good. Rebounded by Adams, now rebounded by Boyles. Outlet to Styles. Styles lays it up and in. Nice body control. 68-64. Minute 38 to go. Maryland Eastern Shore with a 4-point lead. Rakeem Gary up the floor. Gary, hesitation. Gary throws it inside. Pass knocked away. Stolen by Maryland Eastern Shore.
Out of control.
Pollard up the floor. Puts up the shot. He's fouled by Shemaine Austin. But it's a 4-point lead for Maryland Eastern Shore with a minute 23 to go. South Carolina State not making the play.